Hope you enjoyed this one. And this is Sullivan Nouns giving my latest review on Bleach, chapter 646, 47, and 48. Three chapters. First of all, the situation is this: and now that X-Acid and Kyoka have begun to fight, and they start to understand the rules of the game, basically. Kyoku's abilities has the power to make a child's game reality, and so it makes a lot of sense given the situation what they're dealing with now. I mean, Exorcist apparently his power is what you call second sight. He has the power to basically see through and pierce through anything, and which makes a lot of sense. Given Kyoraku's position, and he's already told him the rules of the game. Remember his battle with Coyote Stark? He told him the rules of the game, and for a moment, Coyote turned it to his advantage. Even though Kyoraku set the rules for the game, he doesn't have a lot of control or complete control of it. It makes sense given what he's in and the situation that he's in. If you guys understand, right? If you can make a child's game reality into a child's game, it makes it easy for anybody to take control of it. And given his power to be able to only blast, he can also pierce through anything. Like for example, when Kyoraku makes a move for like a second attack to try to cut him down, he even blasts to try to make power strong enough to not only see right through him, but also pierce through his own body, and also destroy, or pierce through Kyoraku's Sanfata. Also, he has the ability to know if his weapon becomes destroyed. I mean, his blaster is basically his bow, made up of his reishi. He can already now if he loses one, he can just make a new one. That's why the bow's a part of him, basically. Basically because of his Quincy powers. Now, then you start to go a little interesting. Like for example, his abilities, he's been given some kind of gift. This gift is second sight. Apparently he has the power if his eyes open a certain times, like 3 times during a battle, he gains his mysterious power. Apparently, this power was a gift by your watch, aka Juhabak. Apparently, he's one of the last. He was Juhabak's last creation, his last Quincy. He like something creative, like something special. What the special? From what these chapters say, he considers himself a messenger of God. A messenger of God, kind of being an angel, and the God being, Juhabak in this case. It makes sense. And when he does his full standing mode, his holy form, his form, he has that kind of angel vibe, wings, his wings, like halo form. Apparently he has the power to pierce through anything, which doesn't go good for Kyoraku, even though I am talking fast, very fast on this. The reason why I'm talking fast is because, these are 3 chapters. I'm trying to see if I can narrow them down, squeeze them through, and make them into one. I'm trying to assess the situation, trying to squeeze it through. And also, I made this video already. The thing is, I deleted it by accident. I got super pissed, and now I have to do something else. I have no choice but to remake this video all over again. You have to imagine how annoyed I was. Very annoyed and pissed. I was about to scream, but hopefully. I'll get over it after I'm done with this. I'm gonna go on demand and watch Avengers: Age of Ultron and Jurassic World. Given the situation they're dealing with, what they have now, Kyoraku he experienced some damage. There is some major damage from X-Axis in his holy form. It was definitely brutal. It did some damage. He was already in some bad shape before, but now what he just went through was a whole lot worse. Not completely, he's not dead or anything. He's just, when you take damage like that, it's bad. Then you get to the next chapter, Adder 647, and you get to the part where the others, they're trying to make their way to Juhabak's palace. They're also worried a little bit about Kyoraku. So he basically told them to go on without him. Some of them even think about trying to turn back and see if they can help. However, for them trying to help, it's bad because they'll probably get in the way. Because Shinji Yako, so he asked a question. And question, What would Ukitake do? Ukitake, he was Kyoraku's friend, and they both were students of Genryu Yusai, the previous captain, and he asked him another question: What would the previous commander Genryu Yusai do? It makes sense, given that he's the captain commander now. He knows how they think, so he'll probably try to react to them in the most appropriate way he can to try to defeat these guys using doing his own thing. And now that he's captain commander, he also has the burden of making sure that his comrades come out of this alive. Carrying his comrades on his shoulders. That's what he said, basically. Then you got them, like, they're going for the battlefield, When they advance, they try to go for the enemy. However, the enemy, being who they are they know what they're up to. For example, they encountered this guy, the Miracle, that four Hawkman looking, what the hell. Everybody's comparing that guy to the Miracle. He wants to take them all on at once, like trying to ask them to come at me, but they all don't. But they all don't want to because they got Nanaho, uh, Shinji, and Momo, and Renji. They're the ones who got to deal with this guy. But Renji is the one who's going to handle him, while the rest go on ahead. And in the mirror, and that guy, he says, not even a miracle will save all of you from me. Basically, it'll be enough to save all of you from me. He's basically telling that he is a miracle, that he's strong enough to defeat them without you. Oh, I want to see what this guy's made of. I mean, this guy was good enough to beat the Zero Division. That means he's not has some skill, and he's not just a musclehead. And so it makes sense. I want to see what this guy is all about. So basically, given the situation they're dealing with, it makes sense. Anyway, right? Now that Kodaku he managed to withstand the attack, he made it out alive. He escaped the battlefield. Apparently, he flashed them to where they started, far away from his comrades. Cause now that he's up to this, he's gonna try to. Now that the guy has bring out his holy form, it's time for him to play his trump card, his Bankai, his Kagen Kyokotu Kujuchu Shuchifu, like basically. This guy, like his Bankai, it's a certain given the level of his power, it makes sense that his Bankai, very strong. Now that he's gonna try to pull no punches since his opponent is not doing the same. It makes sense. And now that his opponent is going all out, it makes sense that he go all out. It makes sense if you think about it. I mean, they're both at the battlefield waiting to defeat each other. So if his advantage is gonna go, his opponent's gonna go full force. Why not he? So now it's time for the third chapter. Apparently, we get to see Ichigo again. We get to cut back to him again, and apparently he's gonna fight a Sky, the dude that Green Zhao was gonna fight. How the hell did this guy went past Green Zhao? I mean, come on, seriously. It doesn't make a lick of sense. Who the hell is this guy to take down Green Zhao in the first place? But given the situation, isn't this guy he probably has some skills like the Miracle and like X-Axis, he's an elite guard, and he was chosen to be Chuha Box, elite guard. That means this guy has some skill. No, but given how goofy he is, it's hard to take him seriously sometimes, especially with some of the vague answers he gives to how Renji got defeated. He says, "Oh, that guy. I just put him to sleep over there, or maybe it was there. I'm not really sure. Some of these hallways get confused, stuff like that, basically." He's basically taunting Ichigo, telling him that he basically defeat Green Zhao, but he's not telling how he defeated him or what state he left in. Even though he and Green Zhao are exactly friends, but if he went past him, he has some skill. That means Ichigo's gonna get serious for a moment. Oh man. Now there's this situation. At the moment they start to fight, they all start to feel the presence of Kyoraku's Bankai. They all feel something odd in the air. They feel this creeping feeling, this feeling that it's bleak, it's black, it's dark, but at the same time, it's also very strong. So basically, they all feel it. They get the shot of Ganju. They get to see Odahime. They get to see Chad. They all feel the effects of something. At the same time, they should be afraid, but at the same time, they should not be afraid. There's something unknown to some kind of unknown mystery. And one of the things that he noticed Ichiko knows right away that it's Kyoraku. I mean, it kids make sense. I mean, and given what he's gone through, I mean, given the situation he went through, I mean, he spent all that time training with the Zero Division, so it makes sense that not only did his sense of that his strength improved, that also his sense of sensing a person's spiritual energy and identifying it and who it belongs to has definitely increased. And knowing off the bat that it's Kyoraku, it took him a second, it makes sense. And he can recognize his power, especially his power now. Now you get to the you get to the fight where Kyoraku, who and X Axis, they get the fight. The situation for them is this, like basically, he even asked him, "How do you feel about the world? Does it feel bleak? Do you feel scared a little bit? Is it a little creepy?" And X Axis replies, "It's hard to feel. It's hard to describe because how can you feel? How could a messenger of God feel fear? Basically, because like I said, he considers himself kind of like an angel, being messenger of God, and the God is once again to Habak, your watch, and stuff like that, basically. And given his power that with the power of strength that he was given, it makes sense that he's one of Juhabak's side projects, like what he did with Hashwell. But Hashwell was chosen as his lieutenant. Udi was chosen in his heir. This guy he probably had plans for too, but enough about that. And some of the people are trying to compare this, to Kaname Tozen and Aizen situation. The power in the eyes, given sight, in some mysterious sight, but the situation's reversed. And this guy was never blind, unlike Tozen. So now, then there's the situation. First of all, you get the first level of Yoraku's Bankai. At first, he makes his opponent experience some of the pain that he went through in battle. Well, at first, he feels the pain. First of all, he says to a few holes. First, it's like you share the experience with someone else, whether it's your opponent or an ally. Like for example, the wound he just inflicted. Second level, how he experienced the pain increases even more. Like the feeling of sharing increases even further than that, like beyond the level of what you experienced before. And then finally, there's the third level, which is despair, which just make the other two seem like cake. Kind of like a shadow, nightmarish, dark, bleak world a little bit. It makes sense. One of the reasons why he chose to go so far away from his comrades. He wasn't doing it to doing this like just to make sure that people don't see him like fighting. He did it to protect him from himself, given how strong his power is. That his power could literally affect everybody in the surrounding area near him. That's kind of like that's kind of brutal. It makes sense given his situation. I mean, he was Ukitake's friend. They both worked and studied together directly under Genri Yusai. It makes sense that he had this kind of level of strength. And remember from the Arankar arc, that and that uh, that Toshiro, he was considered a prodigy, even though he mastered Bankai. He says his strength is still not in development. That his strength will be get even stronger within a century if he works hard. So that means currently he's still stronger than him. So it makes sense. Anyway, that's all I gotta say about the subject. I was also super pissed because I accidentally erased the first video I made about this by accident. Super pissed, and I had 13 minutes of work down the drain. But now I'm done with this, it's over. That's all I gotta say. Hope you enjoyed this one. The comment square. Thank you. This is Sullivan Adams, Game Relays Review of Bleach, Chapter 646, 647, 648. That's all I gotta say. Thank you. Hope you enjoy. Comment, rate, subscribe. Bye. Now to watch my movies.